So good afternoon, everybody. So we can start the session. Sorry for the 3 minutes delay. Over to Bhavana.
Good afternoon all. Let's start today's session with a silent prayer. I quote John Gore. It's amazing how a little tomorrow can make up for a whole lot of yesterday. Unquote. Good afternoon all. Every person has two choices in life, living in the past and planning for the future. Plans for his future. Today, we all are here online to attend a webinar on #future. I welcome all of you to explore the future engineering. To begin with, I would like to welcome the man who doesn't need any introduction and known among all of us for his wisdom and knowledge. He has always taken strenuous effort to bring our institution to the top. I welcome our respected principal, Dr.P. Sojan Lal, to welcome the gathering.
Good afternoon to all of you. Thank you, Bhavana, for a nice introduction about myself. We have our most distinguished person, engineer Shihabudheen, with us. And we have the eminent speakers, Ganesh, Sreedhar, Kiran Chandran, Jomol Joy, Margaret Zacharia, Krupa, Bose, and Assistant Bose, Tina Zacharia, and our MBITS team, and also respected dignitaries from all over India. And we can see that participants have joined from across various parts of India. And particularly, we have seen that most of you are youngsters either studying for various courses or just passed out your graduations. I'm really happy to see you on today's this national webinar. And we have conducted recently during the COVID-19 period couple of webinars, and more than 9,300 participants from more than 3,200 institutions participated. And this particular webinar, #future, stand distinct from all others in the one major fact that the average age group of the speakers was maybe close to 50 or nearby that in the previous webinar. Speakers, I would say that the average is below 25. So that itself has given very much appreciable freedom. And also this time I've seen that the completely students and the youngsters have been arranged this. First of all, my hearty congratulations to all of you, and wishing you a very bright future. And also when you're talking about the #future, there is a lot of things to be discussed, because even you know that when the technology is progressing, every moment it can be changed. So this time we have not given a particular title. So even after announcing this, even any of the speakers want to change the topics, you have the freedom. So if anything is happening, even when the program is going on also, you are allowed to change whatever is your mindset. So initially we will have, the program will be like this. Initially our keynote speaker followed by the speakers, and that is how then we will take the question and answers live session also from your audience also. So first of all, let me welcome engineer Shihabudheen. His formal introduction will be following it very soon, but before his keynote speak. And on behalf of the entire MBITS family, as well as from all the audience gathered over here from various states, various institutions, engineer Shihabudheen, we welcome you to this program, sir. And we have the eminent speakers. Each one of them are distinct with their own roles. And first of all, we would like to welcome Mr. Ganesh Sreedhar. He has been a known person in all over India because of his exceptional qualities of leading a team in the Smart India Hackathon, and where we could get the first prize in Bangalore. Whereas, as you know, that more than 2,000 institutions participated, including IITs and NITs and other premier institutions in the country. And we are very fortunate to be the winner in the 2019, the winner in the Bangalore. And we have Ganesh Sreedhar is with us. Ganesh, welcome to this program. And also we have Mr. Kiran Chandran, is the best outgoing student of our batch. And because of his exceptional character, contributions, leadership, and social abilities, he is here with us. And we are having his presence over here. And thank you very much, Mr. Kiran, for being over here. Welcome to this program. And also Jomol Joy, the topper of Electrical Engineering Department, Miss Margaret Zacharia, IEDC member, Miss Krupa, Bose, Joint Secretary, and Tina Zacharia, Computer Science Department for coordinating all this, and our technical team, Chingu, Jimson, then Elndos, and all the people, and our co-host and everyone, welcome to this program. And also, not last, all the participants joined across India. You're all welcome to this program. I'm sure that you're all waiting for the keynote speakers and the speakers, and please have a wonderful time during this program. And thank you very much once again for joining with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Shihabudheen P.K. He has worn many hats in his career as a programmer, team leader, entrepreneur, marketer, strategist, faculty, mentor, coach, and an author. He is also a public speaker, a technology and leadership columnist in leading magazines, a blogger, a social activist, and aims to bring a revolutionary change in the education sector. Sir, kindly enlighten us with your valuable thoughts.
Hi, good afternoon all.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much for the staff and management of Margaret Zacharia Institute of Technology and Science. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak to present myself in front of an young audience. So I would like to share my screen. So I can do it right now. Right.
Yes, sir, you can share.
Okay. Hope the screen is visible, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. You should always know why you are doing what you are doing. Got my point? You should always know why you are doing what you are doing. So we always face a question in our life. In each stage of life, we face this question. What is the purpose of doing this? So at this stage, I would like to ask, what is the purpose of doing engineering? Or what is the purpose of joining an engineering college? If I ask that question, can you just speed up with some answers? Can you just type some answers, what you feel? Can anyone do that? Hope, okay. Once again. Okay, I think there is some issues with the chat, enabling the chat. No issues, okay. So if this question was asked to me back in 2002, when I joined for my engineering, my B.tech computer science, I would have given an answer like many of you, like after 4 years, I'll be getting a job. I'll be getting a placement and I'll be having a secure life. So this would be the answer. If I asked you any of the engineering graduates or anyone who is studying in an engineering college, the answer will be the same. So I also used to give the same answer. But life is all about experiences, right? There's nothing theory in life. life is all about practical experiences. So after getting a lot of experience, because I have got a lot of experience of working with a company, working with multinationals, working in India and abroad, and later on, I thought like this is not the purpose of life. Then I realized that this is not the purpose of life. Then I switched to entrepreneurship. Then I started something. Then I felt that this is not the real purpose of my life. Then I switched to something else. So this is how life changes. And if at this point of time, if somebody asks me like, what is the purpose? If I was like, I would like to correct you, like the purpose of life at any point of time is to enjoy. Okay, the purpose of life at any point of life is to enjoy. Okay, so when you are at an engineering college, enjoy that. Okay, but never ever forget that life is not only for 4 years. Okay, you can enjoy, you should enjoy each and every moment of your life, but never ever forget that life is not momentary. Okay, so you should always keep in mind that you have another 40 or 50 years to live again. Okay, if time permits, or if God wills. Okay, so you'll have to, when you enjoy, you'll have to realize the fact that you have a greater purpose of life, and whatever you do now should add value to that future. So our topic is about hash future, and we are all facing a pandemic time, right? And whatever was spoken about this world or about future in the post-COVID era, in the pre-COVID era, is not applicable in the post-COVID era. So you can easily find that, you can easily understand that. Because I'll give you a simple example. I am into alternative education, and we are doing alternative education at school level. And I was giving a talk for parents in February 2020. Okay, so we were speaking about online classes. So we were speaking about how children should attend online classes, and what is the future of online classes, and what is the future of MOOC courses and all. And the parents were really doubtful, and the parents were asking that who is going to attend online classes. Okay, the parents were asking this question, and things changed in March, only 1 month's time. Okay, from March, I think from the mid of March, we were into online classes. So things changed drastically. So whatever was predicted in the pre-COVID era has drastically changed in this COVID era, and will also keep on changing in the post-COVID era. This is a prediction by World Economic Forum, and this happened 2 years back. Okay, this happened 2 years back. They said that 85% of the jobs that will exist in 2030, say from 10 years from now, okay, is haven't been invented yet. So this was a prediction 2 years back by World Economic Forum, okay, based on some research activities. And we all know that whatever jobs existed in the pre-COVID era is not there in this COVID era. It doesn't exist because many of the companies has moved from their office space to work from home option. That is one thing. Okay, and many jobs like taxi drivers, many people has lost their jobs right now. Okay, and many support staffs have lost their jobs. Many sectors have lost their jobs. So this prediction need to be changed. Actually, whatever prediction they have given for 2030 is half done by 2020 itself. So you need to be aware, because many of us are going for a market, because even if you are a fresher, you'll be going into a job market by 2025. Okay, so you'll be, and many of you may be in search of a job. Okay, so you should be aware of this fact that everything is changing. So whatever you are prepared and whatever you are preparing for the future may not work. So you need to be prepared for the future in a better way. So that is what we are going to discuss now. And this is a Gator saying, what got you here won't get you there. Okay, our parents usually used to tell us that when we are in the school, they used to tell that 10, class 10 is the milestone that you have to clear. Okay. So if you clear this milestone, you need not look back. So you have your life, your entire life has changed. So that is what the thing they used to tell us. And as soon as you clear class 10 in the top grades, you understand one thing. What is that? That is a false saying, right? Okay. So what got you here won't get you there means whatever skills or whatever marks or whatever certificates you have till now won't help you in future. So this is clearly evident. So if you have got a B.tech computer science degree, if I say that I am safe with a B.tech computer science degree and I am safe with whatever I have learned when I passed out of college in 2006, I'm a fool in the modern era because that's not right. Whatever, this is my from my life experience. That's why I initially I have told you, like, I have worked in corporates and I understood some kind of the purpose of life there. And later on I moved to entrepreneurship. Later on I changed my ideas and changed to different entrepreneurial ventures also. So I have clearly understood that whatever skill sets I have today will not help me in future because the world is changing so fast. And this is clearly evident because if you check earlier in technology world, changes used to happen in 30 years or 50 years time. Later on it reduced to maybe 20 years time. Later on it got reduced to 10 years time. Now see how much like how fast the models of our computers and mobile phones are changing. It is changing drastically in 3 or 6 months time, right? So whatever product is there, there is even a term in business world called blitz scaling. So blitz scaling means if you have an idea and if you are into the market, you'll have to scale up and sell that within a short period of time, maybe in 3 months or 6 months time. Otherwise, you are outdated. Okay, and you can't sell the product again. So that is how fast the world is changing. So every student, everyone should understand that the world is changing fast and we need to change fast. And even I need to change fast, or even another person, or whoever has got a degree, or whoever has got a PhD or anything, everyone needs to change. And this is a well-known approach applied in the business world. This is called the blue ocean approach. This is widely used in agile environments wherein the new product ideas are coming up. Okay, so the companies keep on building their products and keep on marketing and selling. But this blue ocean, what this blue ocean says is that majority of the products in the market are in the red ocean. Similar is the case with us also. Because we all are competing in a world, in a red ocean. Suppose if you have graduated from your engineering college with a B.tech degree, you are competing with lakhs of people outside the market who are already there in the market, and you are competing with lakhs and crores of people who are coming out of the colleges. So if you are holding a B.tech degree only alone, you are only holding a B.tech or M.tech degree alone, you won't survive. You are in a red ocean, and from the market it is clearly evident, because if you speak with anyone right now holding a B.tech or M.tech alone, okay, so don't take my words for like, you need to understand the meaning of each and every word. Okay, if you have a B.tech or M.tech degree alone, you won't survive. You won't be able to compete, or you won't be able to survive better in this world. Instead of that, you need to have additional skills. You need to have your own blue ocean. So remember the term blue ocean. Okay, so you need to have a blue ocean wherein you will have to acquire additional skill sets that will differentiate you from the rest of the crowd. Okay, so you need to be differentiated. You need to be alert, and you need to apply this business principle in your life. Then you will be successful. So this one you need to be careful about, because there is nothing, because when we speak about salaries and all, when we speak about many people used to ask me what is the package that an engineering college students in so and so engineering college will get in an IT sector. I would say that there is no limit for that. There is no limit for your salary if you are following this blue ocean approach, because if you have the right sets of skills, you will be having the say in the market, and you will be the one who creates the market. There won't be, because if somebody who is coming up with a blue ocean approach, you will be creating the market for you. It is not somebody else's market. You are creating a new market. Say, for example, Uber has created a new market, right? So, and WhatsApp has created a niche market. So that is how markets are getting created. That is how we also need to plan our career. So we need to apply this blue ocean approach in our life. So then you will be highly successful and you will be highly demanding. So when I come to this point, the changing world, the world is changing so fast. And there is no, actually there was a subtle difference between different branches of engineering a few years back. But now what happens is that there is something called computer science, right? It was there. I'm not denying the fact it was there, but the importance of computer science has grown from whatever it was there in the past to something big, because it is a sector that is spread across all the sectors. So for example, take the case of a car. Take the case of a car. So if you take the case study of a car was a mechanical engineer's baby some years back, right? The car or automobile sector was a mechanical engineer's baby, and or an automobile engineer's baby, and they had the opportunity over there. But right now, what happened? Everything is changing to computer science. Car is becoming a computer science engineer's like toy. Okay, so he's going to make up all the interior system, all the automation system. Everything is getting done by a computer science engineer. But he alone can't do that. That is a fact. He alone can't do that. And a computer science engineer with only computer science skill will not survive in the market, because there needs to be some kind of domain skills also. So you should have a differential. You should have an experience which spans across different area. So I always used to tell, because we have something called like lathe. You have something called carpentry. You have something called plumbing in engineering in S1 and S2. I think it's still there, right? It's still there, I think. Okay. So, but what happens? We neglect that workshop. We used to neglect that workshop. But suppose you want to survive, or if you want to be a master in the new world, computer science alone will not help you. What you need? You need additional skill set of designing a system. You need additional skill set of building up a prototype. Okay, so those kind of things will help you. So this is what you need to. If you are in civil engineering, if you are in if you are in mechanical engineering, if you are in electrical, if you are in electronics, no matter, you need to give this computer science first approach. You need to learn computer programming. You need to be aware of what all changes are happening in the world. And the computer science engineers also need to learn other skills. But this is the future approach. Actually, this approach has been widely getting acceptance in the US for the last 15 years. But unfortunately, in our system, it is getting updated only into the school system. So the new educational policy and all says about this. And the world is changing from a mechanical world to an automated world, right? Robotics is all about mechanics and computer science. Okay, so everything is getting automated, and this is the biggest threat that everyone is going to face. Each and everyone is going to face this threat, because if you check, even in computer science field, if I am a computer science engineer, and I can see that many things are getting automated. So whatever programming we used to do in the earlier days, many of them has been automated with frameworks. So framework will do a lot of a majority part of the work you need to do, and many other things has already come into place. So robotics or robots are replacing everything. It's not only the case of engineers. It is even replacing doctors also. Even in our Aster Medicity, some of the surgeries are done by robots. So those kind of changes are coming up. So you need to be aware of something called robotics is happening, and everyone feels that all these things to learn robotics or to learn computer science programming, really very tough, right? So we always relies on that textbook wherein we start with C and C++, and finding it difficult to, the biology students finding it difficult to adapt to that, and they are not able to program well, and they are facing a lot of issues, right? But believe me, it's all so simple. It's all so simple. I'll take you through some case studies in my talk itself, where how simple is it to program. Okay, so you'll understand how easy, because we need to change our mindset, because that has got a like bigger factor in our success and failures. Okay, so you need to be aware of that. So there is something called robotics. You may be aware of that. Robotics is coming up, and there are some courses or there are some papers in our computer science curriculum itself. But believe me, if you are going behind a blue ocean approach, never ever constrain yourself in the textbook. Never ever set a set a wall or sit inside that wall with your textbook. You need to think out of the box. You need to go out. You need to discuss with people. You need to check what is happening over the internet. You will have to watch a lot of YouTube videos. You will have to network with a lot of people. You will have to go for hackathons. You will have to go for a lot of events, and you need to understand what all changes are happening in this world, right? So whenever you learn something new, you will understand that whatever you have learned till this time is not that is happening in the real world. Okay, so and the schools or colleges are facing a severe issue, because the technology world is changing so fast and the industry is changing so fast, and it is really very difficult to adapt to changes in the industry. So there is a huge industry academia gap. But what we need to do, because the academia cannot solve that problem, because what the changes, as I already told you, the changes in industry is happening so fast, so that academia can't go along with that, because they need to prepare curriculum, they need to prepare assessments, they need to prepare textbooks. So that is not possible. But everything is possible if you have the right mindset. If you have the right mindset to if you have the right mindset to go online and learn, if you have the right mindset to network, you have the right mindset to go for a hackathon or for an event or for some other networking things or networking events, you have the opportunity. So robotics is going to rule the world. So the entire car is changing to an automated car, and the entire automotive system is changing, and robotic process automation is coming everywhere, right? And many of the colleges has come up with courses on robotic process automation. Great, but never ever sit with that, because as students, what we need to do is that we have to go out to the industry and check how the robotic process automation is getting done. You are really welcome. Actually, everyone likes people who ask questions. Everyone likes people who comes to the industry. But unfortunately, people are not coming. People are stepping back when it comes to the implementation part, when it comes to mingling with someone, or when it comes to asking questions. It is really pathetic. If you stop asking questions, you will not grow. You need to ask that question. You need to be curious. You need to be curious like that infant. When you were an infant, when you were a small child, what you used to do? What you used to do? You used to ask a lot of questions, right? You used to ask a lot of questions. Even if you are answered, you used to repeat the questions. So be a child, be an infant who keeps on shooting questions. Okay, always follow a flipped classroom approach. I used to always tell youngsters or students like this, because go with a flipped classroom approach. How it helps? Flipped classroom approach is somewhere you learn everything and go to the classroom. Okay, and I used to tell these people, teachers will be really happy to help this kind of people, right? Because it gives a lot of relief for them. Actually, whenever a student comes with a learning and with understanding of the subject and asks some question, the teacher will have a lot of relief, or even the teacher can ask the student to get the class. Okay, the teacher can delegate the responsibility, right? So you need to always use this flipped classroom approach. You need to be prepared. You need to read the book. You need to watch a YouTube video about the next day's class and go to the classroom. There was no one to tell about this thing to me. Otherwise, I would have gone. But I realized this fact a lot of years after my engineering. So whenever I was exploring about this alternative educational methodology only, I came to know about this. So I am telling you that if you learn and go to the classroom with and with questions, the teachers will be really happy to accommodate you, and your exams will be really easy. There is no struggle in passing the exam. Once you have the subject matter expertise, what happens? You will easily pass the exam. Exams will not be a burden for you. And artificial intelligence. As I told about robotics and the computer science first approach, artificial intelligence is an area. Artificial intelligence means it always comes with robotics and also with robotic process automation and in all the areas. Because right now, if you check our Facebook or our social media account, they knows everything about us, right? Even an e-commerce platform, they knows everything about us. How is this possible? This is possible with the use of artificial intelligence. So it is everywhere. It is not something happening in the US, or it is not something that is happening in another part of the world. It is happening in our desk. It is happening in our life. So artificial intelligence is not a theory paper, or it's not a research paper that is happening somewhere in a university. It is something that needs to be applied in our real life. It is something that we need to learn. Every engineering graduate or each and every stream, students in each and every stream should learn this. Because if you take the case of the car, as I told earlier, car is fully running right now in artificial intelligence mode, right? Suppose the case of a mobile phone or a computer, it is also artificially intelligent. So even a camera is also artificially intelligent. So you need to be masters of this. So when I tell all these things, you might be thinking, oh, all these things will be taught in our B.tech computer science or in our B.tech semester papers. And I'll wait for that. And I'll score high marks in that. So that is enough. Believe me, that's not enough. Because it won't help you. Because such skills, because then you are competing in a red ocean. You are relying only on that learning that you get from the classroom. You are coming up with a red ocean approach where everybody is competing with the marks and grades and degrees. Okay. So if you want to learn artificial intelligence, you'll have to take the step. You'll have to be, as I have already understood, your college teachers, because all the college teachers are having real great experience nowadays. Okay. So they'll be helping you out. Or else you make a team with the teachers. Let the teachers also learn. Right? Everyone's about learning, because I learned artificial intelligence 2 years back. Okay. I started learning with my son, who was 9 years old then. Okay. Right now he is 11 years old. I'll come to that case study also. So those kind of things happen. So the world is changing. So if you want to learn something, you'll have to be with an infant, you'll have to be with an youngster, you'll have to be with a kid, or you'll have to be with someone who is an old man or an old woman. Okay. So if you want to learn artificial intelligence, you'll have to take the step on your own. Okay. Don't wait for your computer science period or computer science book to describe that. I hope someone among you have seen this person. Okay, somebody would have seen this person, right? Is there anyone who has seen this person? Okay, he is Mr. Jaden John Bose. He is from Mepadi, Wayanad. Wayanad is one of the remote districts of Kerala, right? Wayanad is one of the remote districts of Kerala, and I am taking this to this case study. Have anyone? Can you just chat whether have you seen this person? Anyone in person? Have you seen this one? Can you guess his age? Can anyone guess his age? Can you please give me a chat? Hope I'm audible, right? 12. Okay, great. 15. Okay. Somebody told the right answer. He is now 15 years old. Okay, and he is from Mepadi, Wayanad. Wayanad is one of the remote villages, remote districts of Kerala, and Mepadi is one of the remote villages of that Wayanad district. And you know what Jaden is doing right now? Jaden is, can you give me a guess? Can you just chat what Jaden may be doing right now? Teaching. Okay, great. Any other answer? Business. Great. Tech expert. Great. Programmer. Right. Okay. So you have given fantastic answers. Right. Thank you for the answers. Jaden is doing a research, and the research is with Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the world's #1 technology university. Okay, Jaden is doing a research with MIT US. Yes, right, MIT. So Jaden is doing a research with Massachusetts Institute of Technology US. So everyone who gets into IITs has this aspiration of going abroad to MIT for an MS or a PhD. Okay, so everyone has this aspiration, and only quite a few will be successful in that, right? And it's very difficult to get into MIT. But Jaden, aged 15, started researching with MIT at the age of 13, when he was in the 8th standard, studying in a local school in Wayanad district. So you need to, there is no excuses. Okay, so whatever I am telling, you need to take this case study and like just take it for our own benefit. Okay, so just make some corrections in the way we think. Okay, so Jaden is doing research in MIT, and that too in artificial intelligence. Okay, Jaden is doing the research in artificial intelligence, and he is the one who is doing the artificial intelligence part in the cancer research. And whatever the topic for research in MIT is about cancer cells. Okay, about the growth of cancer cells. Okay, and Jaden is doing the artificial intelligence part. And Jaden is also supporting the Kerala police on building up an automated traffic system or identifying the people without helmet and all. So he's also doing another project over there. And one more funny thing is that Jaden and I met in one of the hackathon for ASAP, hackathons by ASAP, by a Reboot hackathon. And Jaden was a judge over there, along with people with experience like me. Okay, and he was shooting a lot of questions. And what I clearly like analyze from Jaden is that he's shooting a lot of questions. When you are with him, he's very keen to learn. He's very keen to know about things. Okay, and he is doing this artificial intelligence research with MIT, and that too in a cancer research project. That is an important project. And also he's doing another research with Kerala police on this traffic automation. Okay, so those are the things that are happening in the world around us. Okay, so there is no excuse. There is no excuse for us. Maybe we may be telling that I have a lot of papers to study. I have 6 papers and 2 lab to clear in a semester. That is not an excuse. You have got the 24 hours. I know, because I graduated from an government engineering college. So I know that how we learn for B.tech. We always used to refer the book the previous day of the exam, right? There's nothing like that. So we always do that. So why should we waste our time? We need to enjoy our learning. We need to enjoy our college life, right? That's right. But we also need to enjoy the rest of our life. We need to be prepared for that. So spend some quality time in that. Spend some quality time in research. Spend some quality time in learning new things. Spend some quality time. Much time, because when you have 4 years, it is not it's not an Herculean task to clear all your B.tech papers. It's very easy. It's very easy to clear. If you understand the subject clearly, you can easily pass the exam. Okay, because I used to evaluate papers in Cochin University for some time when I was a visiting faculty over there. So what we teachers used to do is that we give marks to somebody who has who knows the concept, because in whatever way he has expressed that, we know somebody who knows that topic. Okay, so we always support them. Okay, thank you. Some comments are coming up. Thank you for that. Okay, so whenever you say some excuses, some lame excuses, believe me that people around us and people in our community or people in the remote areas of India or the remote villages of Kerala are doing this. Okay, so never ever give excuses. And as you always know, data is king. Okay, so whenever Reliance come with an offer, we always go behind that. That is about the mobile data. I am speaking about something different. What is the data? Data is something which says some information that says about me or about some products or about the user behavior or about the consumer behavior. So data is king. So does data science. So this is another stream. So we were talking about computer science first approach. We were speaking about robotics. We were mentioning about artificial intelligence, and now comes data science. So whenever we explore topics for our alternative educational curriculum, what we understood is that we need to teach data science from class 3. Okay, so I was a little surprised. We need to, and when I checked the facts, it says that we need to replace the traditional mathematics with data science. Okay, so I went behind that and I found some amazing curriculum for class 3 students from Stanford University. Okay, so I'm not telling about some vague papers. I'm telling about some research paper about design thinking that happening in Stanford University, and they are telling that you need to teach data science. You need to replace the traditional curriculum of mathematics with the data science, and that is how data is growing. Okay, so we have trillions of terabytes of data that is coming up, terabytes and terabytes of data coming up. So we need to understand, we need to be aware of how to use the data in the proper way and how to analyze data and make money, how to sell data and make money. So you can do that right now. When you are in the college, you can sell that. You can analyze the data and you can get the money. You can sell this kind of services to people, business people who wants this, right? Be ethical in that. Okay, don't steal somebody else's data. Be ethical in whatever you do. But you can do. You need to do that, because it is not about there is nothing like you can start earning only after your college degree or something like that. You can earn from right now. I'll come to some case studies later, so you'll understand what is the right age for earning, starting earning. Okay, and whenever we say about learning, we always rely, as I already told, we always rely on the classroom sessions. But I know that right now people are learning on online platforms also. People are learning a lot on other online platforms, but we need to use that extensively, because we need to use that maximum, because we have the high-speed data. We have access to most of the MOOC platform, wherein the courses are free. And when I spoke with Jaden told that he learned everything from Udemy, the platform called Udemy. Okay, and he was attending a course over there, Udemy or Coursera, I don't remember exactly, Udemy or Coursera, and he learned artificial intelligence from online courses. And one of the professors in that course referred him to MIT. So that is how things are working. Okay, so you need to start networking. You need to learn from people. You need to learn from different people. You have to engage in different forums. How many of you have got an HackerRank ID? How many of you have got HackerRank website ID or Stack Overflow ID? You need to do that. How many of you have got LinkedIn profiles? You need to go with that. You need to be ready with that. You need to create your own exciting profiles. You need to create your own profiles in HackerRank. You need to create in whatever forums is available. So go online for learning additional things, but never ever leave behind your course curriculum, because it is very important. Degree is very important, because you will have to clear the degree. If you clear the degree by 4 years, you need not take 6 or 7 years to clear that, because the universities will keep on changing the paper. Okay, so don't go for that. Don't take that risk. Okay, so if you want to learn something, you can take it as an additional learning. The classroom things also you can learn additionally, and you can share it with your friends. You can be a teacher. You can be a global educator. Age doesn't matter. You can teach anything to anyone in this world. You can start a YouTube channel. You can give a webinar. You can give an online session. Okay, you can sell your courses in Udemy. You can sell your courses in Coursera. You can do that. Okay, the teachers over here. Everyone can be a global educator. Okay, so that is the world about. So you need to depend on these kind of platforms. And when it comes to career, most of us always choose a job, right? And I also did that. I got 2 campus selections way back in 2006, and I chose the one which had bigger salary. Okay, and that was, I'm not telling that that was the end of my life or career, but actually it was the end of it was actually not linked to the career which I was looking for. It was something a usual job, okay, which pays you high salary. It's not about your career. Your career is about your passion. Your career is something that excites you. Your career is something that adds value to the world. Your career is something that will keep on motivating you to lead a good life. Your career is something that will change the world. Okay, so you'll have to choose your career, and it's not a job. And that thing you need to do. You'll have to prepare yourself. Okay, you'll have to network with people. You'll have to create your own profile. You'll have to showcase the world what you are. Don't wait for your degree to complete and a campus interview to happen. Attract people towards you. Okay, be an attraction to everyone. Because when I was telling about the salary previously, I read one news article recently, and it was about I read a news article, and it was about a Delhi University student, and it was not from a major college. It was from some of the remote college in Delhi University, and he was getting an offer of around 1.5 crore CTC. Okay, and it was much above what Google is offering, or much above what Facebook is offering for an IITian. Okay, and what he did was that he was doing projects in HackerRank. And he was getting attracted by different multinational companies because they were searching for these options, and they saw that this guy is doing, and his profile is so rich. And if you want to build a career, keep on engaging in activities that you like. Okay, suppose if you are an artist and accidentally you end up in engineering, mix art with engineering, because that is where high demand is there, right? Because whenever robotics comes and replaces many things, it can't replace your creativity. So an engineering with high creativity, like Elon Musk. Hope you know Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, right? He's a highly creative person. He comes up with new ideas. So if you are a creative person, you have a lot of things to contribute to the technology world. So be creative. If you are a creative person, don't tell that I am say I will draw pictures, or I'll do a painting or something like that. Don't sit idle. Combine it with technology. The world is about multi-skilled people. The future is about for the multi-skilled talents. Okay, so you need to be aware of that. So you need to be prepared for your career, and this is really important. You'll have to change your mindset. Without changing your mindset, nothing is going to change. No college that can help you. If you are even in MIT, suppose you get an admission in MIT, may God bless you with that, and you will end up there, and your mindset is something wrong, won't help you. You should have an entrepreneurial mindset. You should have a growth mindset. You should have a positive mindset. You should have to, if you fall in a pit, suppose on your way home, you fall in a pit, enjoy the pit. Okay, enjoy the fall. And then think of ways to get out of that. Don't panic. Don't complain about the roads. Don't complain about the pits. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Don't complain about the government. Don't keep on complaining about the system. Don't keep on complaining about KTU. Okay, don't keep on complaining about the exams. Be the change that you want to see in the world, because the world is for you, because the world is waiting for young talents like you. The world is waiting for you. So you'll have to change your mindset. You'll have to come up with a positive mindset. You have to come up with an entrepreneurial mindset, and that will help you a lot. That will help you to fulfill your purpose. And another important thing, if I ask the question, how many of you are bootstrapped? Can you just give me an answer? Bootstrapping means you'll have to live with your own funds. Okay. Can you just give me an answer? How many of you earn right now? Can you just type an yes or no? Are you bootstrapped? I do. Great. Ganesh. Okay, great. I won't read the names. Okay. But I think this is a public chat and everyone can see that. Bootstrapping means you need to, because that is a terminology used in the startup world, right? So if you are surviving on your own funds, they say that you are bootstrapped, right? This is very important. You know, who is the one who destroys Avenger? Avenger is actually destroyed by an investor. Okay, this is the another side of investment. Suppose if you see some of the companies selling some products which is not there in their pipeline, you need to believe that there is an investor who is pressurizing them to sell that. Okay, suppose if you are funded by your parents, you will feel the pressure, right? So be bootstrapped, enjoy your life. Okay, so if you want to enjoy, if you are in the first year of your engineering, if you are in the third year of your engineering, start earning. Never too late. Attain financial independence. Actually, students should attain financial independence from age 15, minimum from the maximum time. I think minimum they can start from the very beginning, but the maximum time to earn financial independence is the age 15. Don't go for completing the engineering and post-graduation and all for that. You will face serious pressure from your investors, that is your parents. Okay, so if you want to cherish your dreams, if you want to go behind your career, please have financial independence. Go for looking ways for that. And nowadays, when the lockdown has come, you could see a lot of new entrepreneurs coming up with designing cakes, selling garments, selling many other things. Many of them engaged in multi-level marketing. Okay, so there are many ways. There are many ways to sell. So you'll have to, but you should be ethical enough. You should follow these ethics from the day one. When you start something, or when you start selling, or when you start earning money, you need to be financially independent and you need to follow the ethics. And in future, this is the one skill that is going to help you. This is the only skill that is going to help you. Self-learning skill. You need to be financially independent, but if you want to be financially independent, you need to keep on learning. Suppose if I know something, I know a programming language called Java, for example, okay, and I go to a company and I tell that I know Java, and I'll be safe for maybe for 6 months time, and after 6 months time they'll ask me whether you know AngularJS. Okay, so I'll learn that, and I can be safe for another 3 months time, and another technology will come. Then I'll have to learn Flutter. I'll have to learn Node.js. I'll have to learn different other technologies. I'll have to learn AI. I'll have to be a master in data science and keep on learning. I need to keep on learning. And you'll have to invest on learning, because once you start working or once you start earning, you'll have to keep on investing for learning. Okay. And this is the one thing that each and every successful entrepreneur or each and every successful professional, everyone keeps on doing. And for this, you'll have to attain self-learning skill. How many of you believe that you can learn something on your own? Can you type a yes? If you believe that you are capable of learning something on your own, please can you type a yes in the chat box? Okay, great. Yes. Okay, fine, great. So keep up this skill. Okay, so you need to learn. Nothing is tough. If you go on searching some of the YouTube videos that are coming up nowadays. Recently, I saw day before yesterday. I saw one of the one of the motorcycle developed by one workshop guy in Thrissur. Great, many of you might have seen that, right? How beautifully he has designed that. Even it outplays Harley Davidson or the international players, right? a guy from Thrissur, another deaf and dumb person from Idukki has already, Idukki or Kottayam, he has designed an helicopter. He has done that. So if you want to learn, or if you can learn on your own, you spend some time, quality time learning something, you can be a master. You can showcase to the world that you have done that. And I have seen in MBITS itself, I have seen that many of the students have developed their own electrical vehicles. So why don't you think about commercializing it? Let that have a commercial value, not only academic value. Let that have a commercial value. Let it take you to the outside world. Go to the because the entire automobile sector is going to depend on the electric power, right? Or the hydrogen engine rather than the traditional natural oil. Okay, so you'll have to be a self-learner. You'll have to keep on spending your time learning new things. But believe me, learning without applying is not going to work. Okay, so if you learn something, you can learn something, but you need to apply that knowledge. Don't keep on learning. I don't appreciate someone getting a lot of degrees without practically applying that. They need to apply that practically. So you need to be capable of applying that. And you need to ask questions. You need to keep on asking questions to people, because you keep on shooting questions. Because a fool, you will be a fool for your lifetime if you don't ask questions. If you ask a question, you are a fool for only just that moment. You will be a fool only for a moment. Otherwise, you will be a fool for a lifetime. Okay. So keep on asking questions. And this is the title of my book, which I have authored some years back. Never beg, create demand. It is from my life experience. And from the experience I have seen from many people who is coming for the interview in companies, in our company. What happens? They keep on begging for jobs. They keep on begging for salaries. They keep on begging for their progression. That shouldn't happen. You need to be demanding enough. If you are demanding enough, there is no restriction within a company for paying you, because they have ample money to pay you. Because if they keep on getting business with new ideas, they will pay you, because that is how what Google does. What does Google does? Google takes the idea from the employees, implements it, sells it, and make money, and give a share to the employees. That is how Sundar Pichai raised it to the CEO level in Google, right? He developed Chrome. He was in the team of developing Google Chrome. He was in the team of developing many other products for Google, right? So create a demand in the market. Never go behind anyone begging. Create a demand. Be a celebrity. Be a celebrity in your area. Create that demand and let people come behind you. Don't go begging behind people for like pennies. And this is another key point. Sell your skills. Okay. So whatever you learn, try to build some prototypes. Try to sell it. So this is an important point in earning. Suppose you have a small skill. Suppose you know content writing, for example. So suppose you know comparing. Okay, like Bhavana, I think her name is Bhavana, right? So like Bhavana did. Take it to the next level of comparing programs, or taking to the next level of delivering contents to the social media. Take to the next level of social media marketing, or any other skill set. You learn to sell your skills. That is what matters, because that will help you a lot in your future. Because if you keep on selling, if you learn something and sell it, you will find a value for it. In the market, it's very easy to earn something by selling your skills. So you need to market yourself. You need to showcase your works in the social media. You have to share it within your network and outside your network. You'll have to share in LinkedIn. You'll have to share in Quora. You'll have to share in all the platforms possible, right? So learn to sell your skills. Then you are going to master, because then you are going to be a master. That is how Elon Musk did. Or else there are a lot of technology people, or a lot of research people who are not able to sell. They will be behind the curtains, and the people who are intelligent enough to sell, or who are smart enough to sell, will sell you. That is what Steve Jobs did. He sold the product. It was not his product. He didn't design Mac. He didn't produce Mac. It was done by Stephen Wozniak. So there is a book called iOS. If you read that, you will understand. Stephen Wozniak is the co-founder of Apple, but who knows Stephen Wozniak? Everyone knows Steve Jobs because he knows how to sell that. Everyone knows Bill Gates. Nobody ever knows who developed the core of Microsoft Windows OS. Okay, and there are different products like that. So know how to sell yourself, know how to market yourself, sell your skill, even if it is a small skill, even if it is a painting. Keep on selling your product. Be an M.F. Hussain, okay, who sold, and be a Leonardo da Vinci, whose products are getting sold for crores and crores of rupees. So there is no limit for anything because everything is possible in this online world. And whenever it comes to selling, this is the case study I'm going to present before you. This is my son. His name is Muhammad Amin, and he started learning programming at the age of 8. Okay, 3 years back, and he started teaching at the age of 9. So after learning coding or programming for 1 hour in his own ways, he started teaching coding to students. Later, he taught in engineering colleges. He taught coding in engineering college. He's not using any other bigger programming language, but he's using block programming, or he's using Python or something like that. Okay, so and he is able to sell that, and because he is able to sell that, right now at the age of 11, he started his own company. He has started his own venture. He has started a company called ABC Coders, and it has got 15 teachers on the platform. I'm supporting, okay, believe me, I'm supporting him, but not that much, because he has got the idea, he has got how to implement that, he has got the idea of how to sell that. So what I need to do is that I need to give him the business support. Okay, so that is also possible. He's at the age 11. So before that, I told about the person called Jaden, who's of age 15. So that is happening in the real world. There is another person called Ryan. He's selling, he's a YouTuber. He's earning 150 or 200 crores in a year. Okay, he's of the age 5 or 6. So that is the world. The world has changed a lot. If you don't change along with the world, you won't be successful. So keep changing along with the world. Don't keep on telling excuses. So if you keep on giving excuses, it happens like this. Can you see this? Hope you can see this. Please go through this. So this is the kind of excuses our people used to give, right? Each and every point of time, when we tell someone something to someone, they keep on giving excuses. I have something to study. I have a lot of exams. I have exams coming up. I have a lot of other works. I am busy. I am busy right now. I am not willing to change. So if you can you see this? Please type an S in the comment box if you can see this slide, because it is not worth of reading this, right? So people keep on giving excuses. So once you keep on giving excuses, what happens? You won't be successful in your life. So if you have got a garage, start something in the garage. If you have got only a mobile phone with you, start something with a mobile phone that you have in the hand. If you have got only 2G data, start something with the 2G data. Because Warren Buffett, who is the second largest billionaire in the world, he doesn't even have a phone number. Okay, so that is how the world is changing. So you need to keep on keep on selling your skill. You need to keep on trying to implement new things. You need to keep on learning something new and keep on improvising yourself. That is how you will be successful in life. And I am ending up with this poem. This is a poem that everyone might have learned in your schools, right? A poem by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So this is the blue ocean approach. Take the different path. Take the path nobody has explored. It will be risky. It will be like you'll have to make the road on your own. You'll have to create your own rules. You'll have to face a lot of challenges. But the victory will be yours because there will be no competition. You are the first person to traverse that path. So believe in me, always go behind such things and be a differentiator. Create your own blue ocean and be successful. So wish you all the success in your career and in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those wonderful words for a brighter future. I'm sure following your words will take us to the next level. Now, I invite Mr. Ganesh Sreedhar, a mechanical engineering student of MBITS, who is also the team leader and winner of the Smart India Hackathon Hardware Edition Bangalore 2019 to deliver his thoughts.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes,
Yes.
audible.
All right, so I don't really know what to talk about. I'm just really excited, and since we're running out of time, I'll just keep it short. So I would like to start by quoting Carl Sagan here. Science is not a body of knowledge, it's a way of thinking. So I think it can well be extrapolated to technology as well. When you talk about technology, engineering is not a body of knowledge. It too is a way of thinking, but most importantly, it's an art of doing things. It's a subtle art of doing stuff, and we'll talk about it in a moment. And whatever you learn today academically, all the things that you learn in your classroom, what you do today, you really can't expect to practice that tomorrow in the industry or in the real world or for a competitive environment. I don't think that's the case. So engineering knowledge changes with time, like all good things worth learning should. I mean, good things are always the ones that change. If it doesn't change for like well over a decade or century, then it's not worth learning. At least I'm not going to learn that. So we have a crisis. So what is eternal and perhaps universal is going to be the way engineers think and the way engineers do things. So it's about the mindset, and that's when the relevance of future engineering kicks in. To be future ready to make all these changes, to make things happen, to make all these changes, I think it's of utmost importance to kind of cultivate that attitude, that mindset, like Shihabudheen sir just told, in our engineering ecosystem. So this is especially true when you have an innovative idea, and maybe you have a startup running, or maybe you have a couple of projects running. You just want to make a difference, and you want to change the world. And this is especially true when you want to change the world. And that's part of the reason why engineers, I mean, people with engineering degrees and who have experience in engineering, engineers make successful entrepreneurs. It's about the subtle art of doing things, certain things that all good engineers are really good at doing. So perhaps an excellent example for this is, of course, Engineer Shihabudheen, who we are lucky to have today as our keynote speaker. And we really thank you, sir. That was just an amazing session. And it does manifest in his works. That's what I can say, as I can see. And I'll tell you what, I'll just give you another example. I was reading one man's autobiography yesterday, and I'll just give you an example from that. So a young engineer turned entrepreneur. He's actually running a milk company. He's pasteurizing milk for the first time in India. People used to import all these machines from Switzerland, and I don't know the details. Don't quote me on that. So somebody found a dead insect, a dead housefly, I guess. A housefly, this nasty insect you see flying around your house, in the milk that his company was selling. So that's a crisis, right? His company is the one that made India world's largest producer of milk. Thousands of families and lives at stake. He's an employer to many. He saved an entire village by the name Anand, and you will know about him. And now here's the thing. He knew somebody did that intentionally to bring in ignominy to the company's reputation. So someone just killed a fly and put it in the milk. So simple as that. Then how could he even possibly, prove his innocence? Prove this speculation that somebody did this intentionally to bring ignominy to this company, and it's not the fault from the company side. So what would this engineer turned entrepreneur do? But like I told you, he was an engineer, a mechanical engineer to be precise. I'm also a mechanical engineer myself, so I'm just kind of proud about him. And tell you what, engineers are smart. They've always been smart, and they will continue to be smart for decades to come or centuries to come. So what he did was, he was so scientific in his approach. He demanded a postmortem for the insect. It's not a human. We are not talking about a human being. We are talking about an insect, a mere fly. And he wanted a postmortem of that insect. So the fly, when it was dissected, people saw that there was no milk inside its body, so it was not drowned for sure. So he proved himself and saved his company. and a lot of people with it. He was employing a lot of people from that environment. It was a village in North India called Anand. So I'm talking about a man who is better known as the father of white revolution, a mechanical engineer from Calicut, Kerala. You know Calicut, right? So I'm talking about Dr. Varghese Kurian, a man who got all the three Padmas, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Shri, and the other one, I'm not quite sure about the name, and a man who got his master's degree in nuclear engineering from the United States. I think it's University of Michigan. He was sent by the British government, I mean, the British Indian government. He was sponsored by the government to do his master's in the United States in some other discipline. I think it's dairy and agricultural engineering, but he did a master's degree in nuclear engineering, hoping that India will get independent soon in 1947 and have its own nuclear weapon and energy program. So, I mean, what kind of a guy would do that? Like, normally, if it's our average Indian parent, they would say, okay, boy, you're not going to get a job with it. So, who would get a degree for a job that your country doesn't have yet? I mean, for the unforeseeable future. Nobody saw this scope for nuclear engineering in India back in 1946 when he graduated. So it's the same drive you see in a lot of people, like our principal, Dr. Sojan Lal, for example, who is without a doubt one of the most accomplished individuals I've ever known, and he had such a big influence on me. And the interesting thing is that he's actually from mechanical engineering background. He did his bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Bangalore, and he later did his master's in computer science from NIT Warangal, and later did his PhD in computer science. I'm exceptionally proud to be his student. So what is that drive? These people, in both the examples, they are pursuing a career, they are learning skills that are not of immediate application, but they're able to see the future and what the future holds. They're not following buzzwords. It's the ability to see the future and acquire the knowledge to welcome and await the future that counts. So so I don't think I'm old enough or wise enough to give an advice. Like Sojan Lal told when we started this session, the average age is like 23 and I'm just 21 and I'm just starting out. I'm a mechanical engineering guy. So I don't have an advice for you guys, but do whatever you love, get excellent at mathematics. That's the one piece of advice I'll give you, because all the other things you learn in classroom, or all the academic stuff you learn, they won't come handy when you actually do something, when you're trying to make a product or something like that. And that's not the case with mathematics, however. So learn mathematics, abstract mathematics. I'm not talking about classroom mathematics, and learn to code. I don't care if you're a mechanical engineer or a civil engineer or even a biotechnology. We don't have biotechnology here. Even if you're a biotechnology engineer, you always have to learn to code and do the math. So the key takeaway is that, all right, I'm wishing you luck. Dream high, dream bold. Most importantly, dream different. And don't follow the buzzwords. If everybody is doing IoT, then I will get into IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, everything. It sounds good, but when you do, like Shihabudheen sir told, we'll come to that. So that's it. That's my 2 cents. I don't know what else to say. Be future ready and know why you're doing what you're doing. Like Shihabudheen sir told. In fact, I'm just recording most of his speech. I'm not contributing anything of my own to this. I'm actually I'm just mesmerized by his words, and I'm just recording him. So be future ready and know why you're doing what you're doing right now. Maybe you're a student, maybe you're a practicing engineer, doesn't really matter. Know why you're doing what you're doing. And a lot of people will be telling you that you can do that, you can do this. Never mind. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ganesh. Now I invite Mr. Kiran Chandran, the best outgoing student of 2020 pass out batch of MBITS, to render felicitation.
Good evening, all. Hello.
Good evening, Kiran.
Good evening, sir. Respected principal and other dignitaries, Shihabudheen sir, and my dear teachers and my dear friends. So, what to say? Really, I'm very happy. It's very a wonderful occasion to hear such an experience speak and experience such words from Shihabudheen sir and our principal. So, technology, as principal said earlier, technology changes by second. Each and every second, the technology changes, and that should reduce human effort. As we know, past before COVID to after post-COVID situations, the technology has changed a lot, and we are innovating more techniques and everything like that. So just 15 years ago, we were using dictionaries to find the meanings. Now it's getting so easy. Just 1 second or one click can view every result, pronunciation to meaning, everything. So that say that it's not the latest one that I'm saying. We are getting latest updations each and every time. So being an engineer, or when I joined engineering in 2016, when I joined in first year B.tech engineering, and when I completed, now I feel that more than being a civil engineer, we need to get knowledge from each and every branches. And what to say, a civil engineer must be have at least basic of computer science engineering, electrical, electronics, and everything need some knowledge. That I mean, what actually I think that civil engineering or only doing something what related to construction planning and all. So but need some knowledge about that. Means and that not we need to remove the hat that saying that such civil mechanical or like that. We need to be an engineer. A good engineer must be what to say, must have basic knowledge in all field, so we can get updations. We get updated. So if your engineers are getting updated, we can entirely change the world, or getting that effortless work, so we can help each and everyone. So I strongly believe that whenever we get a knowledge, when with God's grace, with our teachers help and blessings, when we attain any knowledge, or what we are attaining anything, that we must use for the goodwill of everyone around us, that we must strongly believe. And my teachers and my parents say me, always teaches me that we must use the knowledge for the goodwill of everyone, and also for the entire world, not for being for myself doing like this. So getting a job or getting myself financial good, that's not good. So what we must do, want to be good for everyone. So talking about future, I think what to say, just what Shihabudheen sir said, that's all. That was a great time, that great point that we got from the sir speech. And also that we are that I think that we are getting updated each and every second, that's say. So next second we don't know, next second what will happen, or next second what innovations are taking place. So we had seen a lot of videos saying that entire construction techniques has been automated. So entire construction can be done with help of robots, artificial intelligence, and all. So it's not the latest one, it's getting updated each and every second. So we need to get updated every second. So we need to get being an engineer or being an engineer student, we must get updated and need to have more and more practical knowledge to get more and more experience, and more to update the entire world for the goodwill of everyone, and also for the future of a sustainable nature. Thank you all. Thank you, sir, and Tina. Thank you, Sojan Lal sir, Tina miss, and everyone for giving me a chance to share my experience. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Kiran Chandran. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Jomol Joy, topper of Electrical and Electronic Engineering of 2020 pass out batch of MBITS.
A warm good afternoon to one and all. Respected Principal Dr. P. Sojan Lal, and the Speaker of the section, Mr. Shihabudheen P.K, all dignitaries, teachers, and dear friends. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me such an opportunity to speak in an occasion like this. We are heading towards an era where the technology will help us to overcome many challenges that we are currently facing. And the engineers have the skill to turn the products of the imaginations into the real world innovations. As the humanities knowledge as well as the needs increases, the demand on engineering will also grow. This means that the future will be of new opportunities for the engineers. There are many technologies that can be termed as emerging technologies or future technologies. And we can say that in the field of engineering, and the world is already adopting many of such technologies, including virtual reality, 3D scanning and printing, autonomous equipments and vehicles, building automation, array of things, AIs, etc. This all helps the companies to improve their progress as well as fundamentally transform how building projects come true to life. Yes, I'm an electrical engineer, and particularly if we focus on electrical engineering, numerous future opportunities and future technologies can be seen, like smart grids and the smart metering system and smart cities, etc. The smart metering system like AMIs and AMRs and electric vehicle section also. There are so many future opportunities are there. So we can say that the electrical engineering has a broad spectrum analysis on nanotechnology, the renewable energy sources, embedded systems, and optoelectronics and optical fibers, etc. And it has also some major opportunities and applications in medical field too. And yes, the world is changing now, and the engineers are behind much of these changes and developments. Engineers must be critical yet creative, curious yet capable, as well as ready to handle the constantly changing world. In this global era, rather than focusing on India only, but the question should be whether the world needs so many engineers. Yes, of course, you can say a big yes answer, because the world needs plenty of engineers, that they are well equipped, talented graduates with right attitude as well as with ignited minds. So, if we the important aspect of developing and using all these new and shining technologies is very much important, and we should remember the thing that the human principles as well as the core values are also important, and we need to give much importance to these things also. They are the cornerstones, and so that after all, technology should be used to make our lives and society better, and everyone should benefit from it. We need to lift our mind, as well as we should have the courage, the creativity, as well as the intellect to find the ways that to tailor our education process to prepare the students to meet these needs, as well as to find the advantages of the future technologies. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Jomol Joy. Now we have Ms. Margaret Zacharia, IEDC member of MBITS, to deliver felicitation.
Afternoon, Dr. P. Respected Principal Dr. P. Sojan Lal, sir, Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Shihabudheen P.K, the CV minus, and all the invitees, a very good afternoon to one and all person here. It's my pleasure to be here, and as per the views of the speakers before me, engineering is an astonishing area out there. Look more close to it. As we approach the year 2021, the engineering is an exciting thing that we can do, and the world is growing smarter by smart engineers. Engineering is the engine that runs innovation and creativity and makes life better for all those who reside on this small location in this vast universe. Future, the change that forced us to think in different ways. We are living in a highly interconnected world, and technology has been democratized, disrupted, and it's being distributed in an unprecedented way. So that makes enormous opportunity for all of us and other risks too. So it turns out that that's what the engineers do. We are the people who balance technological opportunity and technological skills. We are the people who bring together people, technology, and society. From tiny to the large, we have seen engineering. Delivering facial effect from a blockbuster movie to a music video, that is great. Testing aircraft and aerospace products, building new buildings and crackers, there is all in works. New engineering specialties are popping up all the time. In the last 10 years, the demand for smartphones has driven huge development of electrical and electrical engineering. The size of the chip when seen that we put in the device has approached that makes everything smart. The incredibly advancing field of robotics, from industrial robot to personal and medical robot, makes our life better. Engineers do not sit back and watch. They make things happen using. Is my audience not clear?
Please go ahead. Margaret, please go ahead.
Oh, okay, so engineers don't sit back and watch the things. They make things happen in using innovation, creativity, and wealth of knowledge. We bring imagination to real world innovation for the same common goal, that is to build a sustainable world. Get ready, Golden, become the engineer that you're aspiring to be, and let's change the world. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Ms. Margaret Zacharia. Next, we have Ms. Krupa Bose, Joint Secretary of Cyborgs, the Computer Science and Engineering Association of MBITS.
Thank you, Bhavana. Good afternoon, one and all present here. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Shihabudheen P.K, and our beloved Principal, Dr.P. Sojan Lal. Greetings to one and all. So I don't think I have much to say because Mr. Shihabudheen have put forward each and everything that all the engineers out here needed. So we know that we are the engineers, and we are the people who have the skills to change the imaginations, the thoughts that we have into something really innovative in the real world. So that is a special talent, and that's the special task that we all have, to invent new tools and technologies that is really needed for the humanity. We know that the humanity, the knowledge of each and every person is increasing day by day. The education system has changed drastically. And with that, the needs of each and every people are also increasing. So we are the people who have to make such technologies available to the people. So everything which Mr. Shihabudheen have said, I would just add up to that. We people, when we change our mindset and we put our efforts into learning new things, and when we put our efforts to developing something new, we can make a better society. So I would just end up with this because our time is already up. So coming to our field, that is me, personally, I'm a computer science student. So what we computer science engineers design, or what we computer science engineers do are, we create systems which are useful for the future of the communication industry and the entertainment field. So once we come up with new and newer things which can be very useful for the humanity, it's then we can get the title engineer. It's only then we make something very innovative and very new to the society, we can be titled as an engineer. So that's all what I have to say, and thank you. Thank you for giving me such an opportunity. Thank you.
Now we are reaching the end of this program. Now it's time to shoot your queries. Please share your doubts with our respected guest, Mr. Shihabudheen.
Questions can be to all speakers, including our keynote speaker, please.
Participants can share the queries in the chat box or through the audios.
By the time you just give these questions, let me say 1 or 2 minutes. So by that time you can raise your questions also. First of all, Mr. Shihabudheen, your wordings regarding the blue ocean strategy, that's really quite amazing. Actually, when we are studying the MBA program, always we say that blue ocean strategy should be applied. So you have, and also we have been conducting these webinars for a quite long time. And I can say that your way of presentation was really exceptional. Every slide was having a message. with the case studies, clear distinction, and you really started in a very, very specific and systematic way. And also you also said about the education system in Kerala, or even in engineering education. You studied in a government engineering college. Students are having time, so excuses are not really appreciable whenever we should be looking for the time. And also you mentioned about the boy Jaden John Bose. That's really a good inspiration for all the people, and how he should be able to reach MIT, and that because of his additional time which he found out through the self-learning. That is very important. Every student, every faculty member, everyone who is present over here, please be very careful and take it on board. Self-learning is a very important step. You get from many other sources. Now with the resources are so abundant, so please go through that. Of course, I know that I'm repeating whatever you are telling. And also you mentioned about the choose your career and not the job. That's very exceptional. That's really amazing with your own experience. And one of the other very important thing is we say that change your comfort zone, change your mindset. So sitting in a perfect comfort zone, possibly that, okay, you got a best salaried job, okay, until you retire up to age of 60 or whatever, maybe you can sit there in some of the occasions, but no, change your mindset, change your comfort zone. So that is also very important. And again, you said about the self-learning skills, you said, and again, you mentioned about a lot of platforms which is available also. That's really amazing, Mr. Shihabudheen. We are very thankful for all of you. Over to Bhavana or other people for the questions, please. Or you can raise your questions. If not, we'll wind up.
Okay, we just have a few questions, just 2 or 3 questions. So our first question is, sir, share an experience you had in dealing with a difficult person and how you handled the situation.
Okay, good question. So life is all about dealing with different people. Okay, so you can't guarantee who is going to come up, like as your employee, as your boss, or anyone like that. So we had some situations wherein I was in an on-site location in Australia. So it was a critical project. I was into printer domain, printer driver domain, and I was working with Toshiba in Australia. And we had a difficult time dealing with one of the person who was taken from here to Australia. His behavior was really strange. He was even arguing with clients, or he was even making issues at the on-site. So we need to settle that in a proper way. So what we gave, the way we addressed it was like, we first of all, we sat with him. We'll have to give, because everyone who is making a problem will have another problem which is dealing to the current situation. Okay, it is leading to the current situation. So what we did was like, we sat with him, we understood his problem, and we understood that he was living away from his family. So the solution was to give him a family visa. Okay, so that is the kind of solution that was implemented once. And there are multiple scenarios wherein people, because when we are dealing with people, each and every person varies. So once you know how to manage people, you are successful. You will be successful.
If you allow me 1 minute, I'll give you 2 examples in 1 minute time. Okay. I think I worked in so many places, and I worked in so many places, and I had more than 10 bosses, and only one boss was very tough, and so what happened was, while I was studying for MBA program, he was totally against that. So my challenge was to complete the MBA program, and I was successfully completed. When out of 40 students, only 4 students passed in the first attempt in 2 years. So that is because of him. Thank you very much for him. Number 2, and always he said that you should be strategically thinking everything. So I went and did an MBA from a very international school, Starkler Business School, and that is why I become successful. That's a number 1. My first 30 seconds is over. The second one is, he always say that from Indians, your degrees, you have a degree, but you know that all these Indian degrees, of course, he was also an Indian, But he always say that, okay, your engineering degree, not that good, like that he used to say. So what I did was, I went for the, maybe our students also, I went for the UK education, similar equivalence. It is called incorporated engineer. So that is an incorporated engineer degree. I got it in the first attempt itself. For 3.5 hours of interview with all these people. So because of, he was very tough, I parallelly created a profile of myself, which he could not deny. And that was a story. My 1 minute is over. Thank you very much. If anybody is interested, I'll explain more because of time. Next question, please, Bhavana.
Okay, we have one more question. How do you plan to motivate yourself when obstacles arrive? What are some ways to motivate yourself to get started?
One of the way of motivating myself is to declare. Whatever you plan, you just declare it. Okay. So now you are tied up. You can't go away. Okay. So I'll declare it in the social media. I'll start posting about it in the social media. I'll let people know about that, so that I'll be pressurized to do that. That is one way I deal with motivating myself. And another one is to have a clear-cut goal. Actually, something, because understanding passion is all about getting to know that you are happy doing that. Okay. So whenever some obstacles comes in front of us, when we are doing passionate, I'll recheck whether I'm doing the right thing, or if I'm not doing the right thing, means I'll clear it off and I'll change that. Or else if I am feeling that I'm passionate enough to do that, I need to solve that, and I'll look to the final goal. I'll always keep on looking to the final goal to achieve that. So that keeps me motivated. The two things is that to look for the final goal, and another one is to declare that in public.
Thank you, sir, for those motivating words. Now we come to the end of our session. I invite Mrs. Tina Zacharia, Assistant Professor of MBITS, to deliver vote of thanks.
Thank you, Bhavana. Is it audible?
Yes, Tina, please go ahead.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Good evening, all. Engineers have the skill to turn products of the imagination into real-world innovation. As humanity's knowledge and needs increases, the demand on engineering grows. This means the future will be full of new opportunities for the engineers. As all good things come to an end in life, so is the webinar. On behalf of Ma Basilius Institute of Technology and Science, Kothamangalam, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this webinar on #Future, organized by COVID-19 Cell and Cyborgs of MBITS. At the outset, I thank our keynote speaker, Mr. Shihabudheen P.K, CEO, Winwius Techno Solutions. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our principal for his motivation and support. Thank you, sir. Also, I would like to thank our speakers, Mr. Ganesh, Sreedhar, Mr. Kiran Chandran, Ms. Jomol Joy, Ms. Margaret Zacharia, and Ms. Krupa Bose for their valuable words. A special thanks to the organizing committee, teaching and non-teaching staffs for their unflinching support and cooperation. Our heartfelt thanks to all the participants for the active participation. With these warm words and a kind message, we move to the end of today's webinar. Thank you all.
Now we come to the end of our session. With that note, we are here at the end. I sincerely thank all the speakers, faculties, and students for being a part of this webinar. Thank you all.
Thank you all once again. See you later for the next webinar. Please see our website. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.